And now, for the moment I've all been waiting for.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. For this list, we'll be looking at mature films with the biggest intake at the worldwide box office, not adjusted for inflation.
The meeting is over. Retreat to your exits. Agents are coming.
Agent.
Go.
Number 10, 50 Shades of Grey, $570 million. This spicy romance tied the knot in more ways than one, and apparently, that's exactly what audiences were looking for during Valentine's Day 2015.
I don't do romance. My tastes are very singular.
Whether out of morbid curiosity or lascivious indulgence, viewers propelled 50 Shades to a steamy $85 million domestic opening. At the time, it was the largest debut ever for a film in February.
It's important that you know you can leave at any time.
Why? What's in there?
I meant what I said. The helicopter's on standby to take you whenever you want to go.
Could you just open the door?
Unfortunately, not even Christian Grey's knots could keep this audience coming back, and it experienced a major drop-off. It's a testament to how big 50 Shades opened that it still managed to end its run with over $500 million in the bank.
Stop. No!
It's no wonder they adapted the other books. Number 9, The Hangover Part 2, $587 million.
I didn't do anything, I swear to God.
Your hair is gone. No.
The first Hangover film is often regarded as one of, if not the greatest R-rated comedy ever made. This sequel wasn't dealt quite the same hand, but you wouldn't be able to tell based on the box office. The goodwill from the original ensured The Hangover Part 2 hit the proverbial jackpot.
Just calm down! Hold on! It's because we're talking! Stop talking!
It broke several box office records for both live-action comedies and R-rated films overall, and that was just on its opening weekend. Within a few more weeks, The Hangover Part 2 officially passed the original to become the biggest grosser of the franchise. Since its final number is in spitting distance of $600 million, the odds are that nothing will be taking its crown anytime soon.
It'll be fine.
What? All right, we look at it once.
And then we delete them. It's gonna be okay.
Number 8, The Passion of the Christ, $612 million. As far as book-to-movie adaptations go, you'll be hard-pressed to find any source material more recognizable than the Bible. As such, The Passion of the Christ presented an incredibly faithful retelling of Jesus' last 12 hours. While that also necessitated a whole lot of graphic violence, the very deserved R rating didn't keep viewers away. Instead, the devoted pushed The Passion of the Christ to one of the largest opening weekends ever for a mature film.
Ergo existum.
Ego hoc natus sum. Ut testimonium veritati perebeam.
The flick's controversial success only fed into the craze, eventually bringing in over $600 million in theaters. Keep in mind, this was an independent film budgeted at just $30 million. Those profit margins really are heavenly. Number 7, Logan, $619 million.
Hey, I asked you a question. Who are you?
You know who she is, Logan.
No, I don't.
Does she remind you of anybody?
The comic book movie landscape has changed a lot since Hugh Jackman first showed off the adamantium claws in 2000's X-Men. Thankfully, viewers remembered the character when it came time to say goodbye. Logan's marketing campaign made it clear that this was the end for Jackman's Wolverine, or at least that was the plan before Ryan Reynolds convinced his friend to return for Deadpool 3. Despite lofty expectations, Logan totally delivered.
You got your Rebecca, your Delilah, your blah, 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 whatever. Everything you asked for, you've got it. And it is better this way.
Both critics and audiences agreed it was a thrilling and poignant send-off for the character, and they said as much with their wallets. Ranking in north of $600 million, the R-rated solo film actually outgrossed many of the mainline X-Men movies. Number 6, Detective Chinatown 3, $686 million. Within just a few days of its release, this Chinese comedy mystery buddy film had already broken records. For example, it had the biggest opening day for a film in a single territory ever.
这么丰富的元素，小说也写不出来。接，我去同学接呢，我们去接。
全交。
最后一个问题。
3つの質問は終わった。
走吧。
In case you're wondering, Detective Chinatown 3 holds the crown for the weekend overall too. That feat is even more impressive when you realize that less than 3% of the movie's box office came from the United States and Canada.
I'm the king of Tokyo. Nani?
That's right, the near $700 million gross you see is almost entirely from its native China. Clearly, Detective Chinatown 3 didn't need the help from international markets anyways.
May the deceased rest in peace, hopefully.
希望人们免遭苦难啦，世界和平，和气生财啦。
Number 5, It, $702 million.
Well, I'm Pennywise the dancing clown. Pennywise? Yes, meet Georgie. Georgie, meet Pennywise.
Stephen King novels are kind of a big deal, and this is arguably his most famous work. But not even the most zealous horror fans could have predicted just how high Pennywise's balloon would float. Let's put it this way, the former record for an opening weekend of an R-rated horror film was around $58 million. It nearly grossed that in the first day alone. By the time the weekend was over, it had doubled the previous record.
So walking into this house, for me, it's easier than walking into my own.
Thanks to good word of mouth, the movie hung around in theaters for weeks, eventually going down as the highest-grossing horror film of all time. The Losers Club won big at the box office.
Swear it. Swear, if it isn't dead, if it ever comes back, we'll come back too.
Number 4, The Matrix Reloaded, $742 million.
The Oracle has many enemies. I had to be sure. Of what? That you are the one. Could have just asked. No, you do not truly know someone until you fight them.
Red pill, blue pill, whatever. The bottom line was that audiences wanted more of Neo's slow-mo action sequences, and in 2003, they got their wish with The Matrix Reloaded. To say it exceeded the original at the box office would be an understatement.
Because of you, I've changed. I'm unplugged. A new man, so to speak. Like you, apparently free.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The sci-fi sequel zipped past its predecessor to take the throne as the then highest-grossing R-rated movie of all time. But even without the rating asterisks, The Matrix Reloaded also boasted the biggest 6-day opening for any film, period. That kind of explosive success turned the already industry-shaking franchise into a full-blown cultural phenomenon.
It is the quintessential human delusion, simultaneously the source of your greatest strength and your greatest weakness.
If I were you, I would hope that we don't meet again.
Number 3, Deadpool and Deadpool 2, $783 million and $786 million.
Oh, hello. I know, right? Whose balls did I have to fondle to get my very own movie? I can't tell you, but it does rhyme with pulverine.
A live-action Deadpool movie had been in some form of development since 2004. Anytime the project picked up momentum, it was halted by concerns over its supposed lack of broad appeal. But in 2016, the Merc with a Mouth finally got his solo film, and he laughed all the way to the bank and back.
Fourth wall break inside a fourth wall break. That's like 16 walls.
The film's unabashedly irreverent humor earned it a legion of fan support, and in the end, Deadpool went down as one of the most profitable movies of the year. Even more impressive, its sequel did just as well, sporting a final tally a hair's breadth from the original. It's no wonder we're getting a threequel.
I'll be right back.
We're definitely naming our kids Cher!
Number 2, Oppenheimer, $890 million and growing. Most of the time, you won't see two big-budget blockbusters open in the same weekend. But ironically, that competition probably helped make Oppenheimer a bona fide smash hit.
Why would we go to the middle of nowhere for who knows how long?
A year or 2 or 3.
Its box office showdown with the light and whimsical Barbie turned into a bizarre double feature that was the must-see event of the summer. Of course, none of that would have mattered if the movie wasn't up to snuff.
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
Chances are near zero.
Near zero.
What do you want for theory alone?
0.
Thankfully, acclaimed director Christopher Nolan always delivers. In this case, that meant producing a film that really had to be seen on the big screen. The box office figures show that audiences were more than willing to do so.
Until somebody builds a bigger one.
You are the man who gave them the power to destroy themselves. And the world is not prepared.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. The Revenant, $533 million. Never bet against Leonardo DiCaprio.
Lord, you know what happened out there.
That was no deal. You killed my boy.
Detective Chinatown 2, $544 million. It grossed 4.5 times the original. American Sniper, $547 million. It's Clint Eastwood directing a magnetic Bradley Cooper. Enough said.
What's happening? I'm ready to come home, baby.
Ted, $549 million. The endlessly inventive premise made this the breakout comedy of 2012.
There's only one way to end a perfect day.
What's that?
Flash jump.
Right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah!
The Mermaid, $554 million. This Chinese film swam all the way to box office gold and beyond.
呢個就係所謂嘅美人計。首先，我哋派出我哋嘅靚女嚟勾引目標人物，再派出殺手將目標人物殺死。
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Joker, $1.07 billion. You heard that right. That's billion with a B. To put that insane number into perspective, Joker is the only R-rated movie to ever cross the billion-dollar threshold.
If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile, and maybe tomorrow.
In fact, it's only one of 2 to gross more than $800 million at all. While the Batman Rogue is an undeniably iconic villain, it was Joaquin Phoenix's once-in-a-lifetime performance that really put this movie on the map. Well, that and the vitriolic culture war that surrounded its portrayal of violence and mental illness.
You're laughing. You're laughing. Someone was killed today because of what you did.
I know. How about another joke, Murray?
No, I think we've had enough of your jokes.
Joker was simply the kind of movie you had to see for yourself. And clearly, a lot of people did just that. No one's laughing at Arthur now, that's for sure.
Do you want to tell it to me?
What's an R-rated classic that deserves more attention in theaters? Let us know in the comments below.
Till next time, this is your friendly neighborhood pool guy singing, I'm never gonna dance again.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.